I want to welcome Haber Guo. We call him here affectionately Guodong. He's the general manager of faytech Huizhou. And at faytech Huizhou, we primarily do our optical bonding, our R&D manufacturing, our sample manufacturing, a lot of things. Haber's been with the company since the beginning of time, it feels like. And I'd like to welcome you, Haber. Thank you for joining us here in our new interview studio. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your interview.
Great.
So it's my pleasure to share some information with you guys.
Oh, you don't have to say it sounds so formal. This is a very meant to be an informal kind of get to know you interview. The point behind the series, I'm calling this the Many Faces of Faytech. I don't know whether this name will stick or not. But the reason why we did this, or I thought about doing this, was because we're a very international company, but a lot of our clients, customers are overseas and will never really have a chance to come. And I want them to know you because, the fact is I've been at faytech now 2 years, which I really can't believe. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, one of the personalities I enjoy the most, one of the people I like to see the most, mm-hmm. is yourself. It's always learning, always teaching. Even 2 hours ago we were fighting. It was fun and enjoyable. So what I want to know, Haber, our interview is not going to be too long. Mm-hmm. I want to kind of keep it very free flowing and let our viewers get to know you a little bit. Mm-hmm. So before faytech, I want to know really, when did you come to faytech? What did you do before? How did you end up joining faytech? I'm very curious to know this story.
Okay, that's since I worked around 30 years, so that's a long story short. So before I joined faytech, I to be a factory manager for touch panel for LED bonding. Before that, to be a big company, ITW, we call the Illinois Toothworks. I be a Soho officer in China. I do the research for the sourcing and the support to the customer as Foxconn, Samina, Celestica, to be a technical guy. Beginning of this, I'm being in the LCD manufacturer to be an engineer from 1997. That's making me a lot experience in the semiconductor display area. So I can tell you most display functionality what we worked before, like the CRT, EL. It's a lot.
You were doing CRTs
before
wow.
For the bolting.
Most of the people watching this video are probably going to have been born.
No, that's young people don't know what is a CRT.
No.
Yeah. Even
my mom used to call it the boob tube. She'd tell me, "Stop watching TV. Get off the boob tube. Turn it off."
Yes. Yeah. So, I'm luckily, I'm so glad to join faytech from 2019, then developing the touch panel production line and support doing the first biggest optical bonding line developing. We are successful then,
So let me stop you there. You're talking about the optical bonding line that faytech has.
Yeah. It's very small, mm-hmm. and no efficiency and some limited for knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Mm. But what I mean is you've been instrumental in starting the faytech bonding line. Like when you came to faytech, was faytech doing optical bonding back then?
Sure. Before I joined, the faytech already started doing the optical bonding, but very small, mm-hmm. Like the Troy.
Okay.
Yeah. So after I joined, we quickly build a really mass production.
Right. So how did you go from small, like faytech was, and kind of starting in the business to becoming where we are now, where we would say we're kind of a world leader. We are a world leader in optical bonding. How have you done that?
That's I should be thanks for my old company ITW. They teach me like the 80-20 and the PLS. So the philosophy in ITW, they teach every leader. Like for example, the PLS we call the production like simplify. So every leader should be focused on how to make the production easier and simple, and reduce more problem.
Okay, so PLS, production line simplification.
Yeah.
And then the other one they taught you was 80-20.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about
80-20, you know, the create, you know, since ITW is a 100 years company, they really use it. It's for example, for your personal, your clothes, you buy 10 clothes, but normally you always pick the 20% you always wear.
Yeah, for me, it's the one I fit in that day.
Yeah, it's for sure. It's not so easy understanding. It's just for conclude the run data, then to make the analysis. So you will know what might your product sell to the market, and how many, you know, that's mean simple. 80% profit is come from 20% customer, and 80% profit is created by the 20% products. So we need to focus on the 20 of the
product line.
Yes. So you needed to do the homework to collect all the data, to lead the people to understand what is the top 20% you had, and from the different direction, then you will get the different results. Then make a decision.
So what I'd like to then now kind of shift to is your day-to-day work, or your day-to-day responsibilities. I mean, you really are involved in the R&D. I find you're involved in the expanding the product lines that we carry because of the optical bonding, because of our specialty in displays. So what, I guess, in your day-to-day and in that context, what's the favorite thing for you to do? What do you like to do the most?
You know, for me, it's quite simple, you know. Make your interest in everything. Enjoy your job. Whatever the job is boring or tough, if you think your job can enjoy, then make your life and the job easier. Not too much complicated. So try to trust everything. You know, like the material, you should be understand what material is best and what material is a problem. Then you need to pick out the good one, and with a good price. And you need to developing the different work function, and that means process developing. So from last year, we are not only focused on the TFT bonding. We are trying to developing, you know, we are already doing the like e-ink bonding, like OLED bonding. So for us, my target is everything display we can bond to use our glue and our technology. Mm-hmm. Recently, I focus on the cube. You know, the cube it's a very good sharp and the display view result. So
the curved display, you mean?
Yeah, curve.
Yeah, the curved display.
So now I want to be the first one, and lead our company to do this type developing. So if you think I involved to R&D, that's mean we really doing the research for the optical glue developing and process developing. Yes.
So when I visited the Huizhou, I've always been, I love how products are made. This is how I got into manufacturing in China, was I had an interest in how things are made, understanding them, and going to the factory. So one thing I really like to do is when I go to Huizhou, I go to the test lab, which under JY, who's another interview that we'll be doing, we've got various equipment for doing vibration testing and heat testing and UV testing. But there's one piece of equipment that I never really understand that we have there, and you're already smiling. Is the rice cooker.
Yeah.
We have a rice cooker. I've been to hundreds of factories in my career, and I've never seen a rice cooker.
That's my secret.
So you're not going to tell us what the rice cooker is for, because it's not for cooking rice.
No. That's for kidding. We use this one test. We do in industry products. So for industry products, we most concern is how to realize after design our products can survive in the long term. That's mean MTBF. We need to quickly understand that's the parts it's survive in the condition. So I use the most theoretical way, use a cooking machine. Normally the automotive area just doing 85 or 85. That means 85 degree temperature with 85 humidity. Then testing the parts. If survive, then we say it's passed.
It's okay.
But for me, I doing 100 degree with 100. Yeah. That's more high level. Out of the standard.
Because what I want to make sure that our viewers understand who aren't Chinese, the Chinese viewers will understand. Oh, rice cooker, really good. But our Western viewers won't understand, or might not. But a rice cooker is basically what you boil your rice in. So you have a pot of rice that's dry. You put the water in and you boil it, and the water will eventually evaporate and go into the rice. Right?
In my cooking machine, it's no rice.
No rice.
Just the hot water with FOG or
our
touch
film on
sensor,
glass or touch sensors.
Touch glass.
Yeah.
The easy made the glass is no problem for the high temperature.
That's right.
But the ink is easier make the peel off after work 1 year or 2 years. So how we understand the ink is a continual work there, no problem.
Yeah.
So we put the ink layer into the hot water and cooking it after 4 hours. We see it's change or not change. It's any problem we can find. So that's for theoretical test. That somebody called it a high pressure test. So just figure out how better our products are.
Yes, to over-engineer.
Yeah.
And over-engineering makes the best products.
More information to share with you. It's because it's a different material. They are like the silver paste, like the ITO, like the glass. They are, when in the high temperature, the expand rate is different. Then the limitation problem, the humidity into the paste, that make a problem for short. So why we do this? That means even we put it in the water, no any electronic problem.
Yeah. Well, you know what I think. I'm going to have I'm going to have a final question here, but before we finish that, I think, Haber, based on what we've just been discussing, that I'm going to be bringing in the cameras to you, and I think we're going to start to work on a little series where we can go through and start to really dig into our technology as much as we can.
To be a factory manager, I don't want to do this. I don't want. I'm not a sales.
This is what he always says. First of all, no one believe him. He's the best salesman in the company. I know this. Don't worry about it. My point is, Haber, is that you're full of knowledge, and it just oozes out of you. It's an honor. It really is an honor to work with you. So the last question that I have for you is, of all of the different products that we're working on, all the different things that we have, because Arne, he's always coming left and right with new projects. What is the most exciting for you? What are you most interested in what we're doing right now? Products or
I'm really like work with such guy like Arne. Create an idea. I'm be the active. The execution. For me, exciting is when somebody asks me something, it's really tough and hard, and I can make the, come to be real products. That's making me really exciting.
To go from concept to reality.
Yeah, like the 86 bonding line design, and like the flight seats display bonding.
The avionic deal.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really good. That business.
You know,
yes, that's
every
fun.
time I'd like to take the challenge. It's why I like the challenge. It's first, it's mean I can do much more volume for company, and for sure I'm volume guy there. The first to be make me ponder for that. Okay, another is if you really doing that, go back to the words, enjoy my life, enjoy the work, enjoy what I do. You know, it's really good. I can tell the story to my son. Your father doing this interesting thing and even very tough, but I can share some with you. That's really cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, since I've joined the company, I've learned so much from you. I've only scratched the surface, and I'm only a sales guy. So I have a lot to learn from you, and I will continue to endeavor to do so. And having said that, I hope that we all, our viewers as well, will be able to learn more, and hopefully that'll become something we do. I'm quite set that I'm going to try to make some more videos with you. So thank you very much, Haber. Thank you very much.
That's my pleasure.
Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.
谢谢。